learning not only business tips, but life tips. I feel like every episode I learn so much, not necessarily about business, a lot of times about business, new systems and tools, but I feel like I am a better person after each episode. We just absolutely love our guests and getting to know them and learning from them.
Welcome to the Other 99% podcast. I'm your host, Lisa Duck, a coffee-loving direct sales enthusiast who's obsessed with a good digital system. Come join me for a realistic look into the world of direct sales. We'll explore inspiring perspectives, learn about unique business tips, and celebrate success stories that often go untold. Because on the Other 99%, every seller matters. Hey everyone, it is me, Lisa, and welcome back to another episode of The Other 99%. I'm here with our co-host, Susan Larimer, and today is a very exciting day. Today is our 100th episode, and we are recording this actually on December 1st with a live audience. So Susan and I feel like as soon as we feel like so nervous, and it's like, why are we
Well, and look,
nervous?
we're getting little like emojis are popping up. I didn't even know that was possible. We feel so loved.
This this is if we fumble, if we're doing something, if it doesn't seem like our normal selves, is because we are super nervous today. But anyway, we just wanted to come on and celebrate that the other 99% is 100 episodes old. Susan, can you believe that?
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. And we've had so much fun reminiscing before we hopped on today, looking at some of the questions you all submitted. So we are very excited to be celebrating us and to have such a great audience celebrating with us. So thank you for being here.
Yeah, and one of the things we were going to talk about is sort of why the other 99% came about. Like, I know that this was my brainchild and it was on my mind for the longest time. I was saying to Susan, it's going to be 20 years in direct sales come this beginning of 2026. And it's crazy to think that, like, 20 years. Wow. But I sat there, and over those years, I'm like, there are so many people that are deserving of kudos and recognition, and they just weren't getting it because they weren't in the top 1%. They may have had $1,000 less than the top seller. Um, all of those, and it to me, it just wasn't fair. So I wanted to create a space that was welcoming to anyone in the direct sales field. You didn't have to be a top leader. You didn't have to be a top producer, a trip earner. It was just everybody does amazing things in their business. And I wanted a space to sort of shout them out and give them a place to share their story. And that's basically how the other 99% came about. And then I was working with Becky Launder as my business coach, and I'm like, I love direct sales, but I think I want more from the business. I want to do more. And I'm like, I've been thinking about a podcast, and you can just hear Becky in my head. You should do that, Lisa. It's like, her excitement. It's like, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. And then, so I actually put it out there on an episode that she was on, or that I was on with her on her podcast, The Modern Direct Seller. And I'm like, oh my goodness, now it's out there. I can't go back.
That's
Like, I
right.
can't go back on this. So the product, I think the very first episode, even though it was like just a short little snippet, it was basically the intro, actually aired on January the 17th of 2023. So it's
Wow.
like, yeah, so it's almost exactly 2 years
Yeah.
since we going. It's our 100th episode. We just recorded our 99th with the owner of Cinch Share, which is exciting because we're getting to see so many people, like, and meet so many people that we would have never met. We had Megan Summerall and,
Yeah.
Melina Dixon. Like, we would have never met some of these people without being podcast hosts, really, when you think about it, right? So it's
Yeah, and they're not
crazy.
the other 99%, but they're the systems and the platforms and the tools that help the other 99%. So we
Hmm.
loved having them.
Yeah. All right. So we also wanted to give you a little quick behind the scenes. Aw, thanks, Shelly. Shelly's putting I'm so stinking proud of you, Lisa. Is like she's gonna make me blush, but Shelly is definitely one of my cheerleaders, so I love it. So, yeah, thanks, Cindy. All right, so I we wanted to sort of give you a little sneak peek about how we do the podcast, because some people are thinking like, how do you guys do that, right? Some of you might not be, but you're going to get that information anyway because we think it's kind of cool. So we started off recording on Zoom. And for those of you who watched the early years of the podcast, you know that we weren't video at that time. So we were just taking the audio recordings from Zoom. I was doing all the editing in GarageBand on my computer, so it's like I was cutting up and there were like 3 tracks depending on how many people were on it. So it was something that was really really unique, right? It was like it was outside of my comfort zone. I've never done it before. And then I found Riverside, which is what we're using right now, and Riverside was, a no-brainer once I got into it. I actually bought it, and, it was weird because I bought it and I didn't use it for months, right? And there's where those things where if you have a system that's gonna work, like, don't delay, get it done and get it out there. So, when we finally jumped onto Riverside, things became seamless, um, and it was good, like, it was good to go from there. Uh, I just wanna stop here for a sec. So everybody is saying that it's echoey, it's blurry. This is usually how the recording happens. Once it's downloaded in like, 1080K or 1080 whatever, and it will go clear and not choppy. So unfortunately, this is the recorded, version. It will seem a little bit.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's the behind the scenes, so
But thank you for letting us know.
yeah. All right. So, and then, yeah, so we started using Riverside and it's been great from there because it's easy editing. It gives you a lot of AI stuff, which you guys know that I love AI. And then Susan even uses, she could talk about the other app that she uses too to help with our recording.
Yeah, and I will say, when we were just on Zoom, it was great because we could have bedhead and I could just come in from a walk and not really care how I looked or what I was wearing. But then as soon as we went to video, we're like, "Oh, I need to like do my hair and put some makeup on," and it kind of changed everything. And I don't know how many people actually watch the whole thing, but like when I'm walking, I can listen and then like when I know a funny part's coming up, I'll be like, "Oh, I want to see it." So let us know, like, if you watch it or if you just listen to it, or maybe a combination of both. But it definitely changed the dynamic when we went to video. So that was a big
Mhm.
transition.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
before we go too much further, I just want to say thank you to Lisa. You know, I was a guest in the beginning. I was a guest a couple of times, and I kind of weaseled my way on here. I'm like, Lisa, I really enjoy doing this with you. And she said, it's kind of fun when there's someone else to talk to and not just myself. And so when she invited me to be a co host, I was so excited. And I truly look forward to every recording we do, every guest we meet. I absolutely love it. So thank you, Lisa, for allowing me to be on this journey with you.
That's my pleasure. It was kind of funny because I was listening just to a few snippets of solo episodes that I did, and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. It's like, how did I do that? How did I talk to myself for like 30 minutes to 45 minutes? It's like, thank goodness for Susan because it's just so much easier when you could go back and forth. It's like, yeah, I
Yeah.
love it. I love having Susan here, and I'm sure you guys do too. All right, so a little bit more for behind the scenes. I know this is like sort of the boring stuff, but just so that you guys know, we are actually streaming on Apple Podcast, Spotify, and YouTube currently. So that's kind of exciting that we're on those platforms. And as we go down through the information a little bit, you're going to hear a little bit more exciting news, like about places that were actually being listened to. And I'm like, wow,
Crazy.
when I seen this, it was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. And then another platform that I use Opus Clip Pro to make the shorts. So I take the YouTube video, upload it into Opus Clips, and then it automatically makes like 30 shorts for me that I can turn into reels, I can put on YouTube, and then we share those out also. And the shorts get so many views because, everybody likes watching those, 20, 30-second videos, but then they all link to the full length video. So another platform that we use, which is super
Yeah.
helpful.
Yeah. So I know that we picked out a few of our favorite memories that we had. Do you want to start there, Susan, and share some
Oh,
of them?
sure. Okay, probably this was episode 62, and it was the disc, the DISC. We get a lot from ChatGPT to help us like organize our thoughts and get information. And so the disc was like different personalities for direct sellers, and they all connected one of the letters, one of the personalities to a bird. And Lisa and I, we were brand new kind of being together, and we were going through the episode. I wasn't even in the right order. I started with like S, and then we went back to D. And every time we came to a bird, Lisa felt compelled to give a bird call, and she would try to imitate the bird that we were talking about. There was a dove, there was a peacock, and I was just laughing hysterically because
I don't think that
Lisa was
actually
coming
made
up.
it to the actual finished product, but yeah, we have a lot of fun behind the scenes when we're doing this, so it's kind of funny. But I just remember saying to Susan, "Caw, caw," and she's like,
Yeah,
she,
was
she
dying.
was just giggling. But yeah, some other fun memories is Susan's computer lag. So if anyone
Oh
was
my
a guest
gosh.
when Susan was using her computer, she's now using her son's fancy gaming computer to join
Yes.
us. But when she was using her computer, we would be talking, and then all of a sudden Susan would be answering a question from 5 minutes ago, and
Oh
it's like,
my gosh, it was so
where were you?"
frustrating. And then I would disappear, and then I would just pop back on like, "Oh, my Wi-Fi's back." So frustrating.
I remember
So yeah,
sending Susan, yeah, I remember sending you that, the screenshot of when you were jumping on and off, and I'm like, "There's one of me, and there's, like, 6 of Susan on the screen," and I'm like,
like
"How am I gonna edit
mad and
this?"
like, oh, all the facial expressions. So yeah, now I have to make a reservation with my son. He has a super fancy gaming computer. It's so fast, and that was the problem the whole time. I was just using a dated computer. Even my iPhone wasn't able to keep up with it, and it was so frustrating. I would talk over people, I would interrupt. Very frustrating. So I'm so glad we got that figured out.
I told her she needs to request a new computer for Christmas. That's her Santa wish
Yeah.
list, right?
Yes, for sure. And then how about some background noises we've had from
Oh.
guests and from ourselves? We are not professional. We're not in a closed studio, so we hear all kinds of noises. So what kinds of noises have we heard?
Yes, I've had my husband sitting, so my computer is on one side, or my office, I should say, on one side of my living room. So on the other side of my computer, life happens, right? Like, so right now my son is sitting over there producing the episode. But usually my husband's home if it's in the evening, or he works split shifts, so he could be the daytime and he's home. But he's notorious for coughing during the episodes, and it's like this big loud cough, and it's like, sort of shocks you. But we've had that. We've had my cat come up on the desk and just start meowing, so you hear meowing in the background. I've had my cat where I've been on the call, and you'll see my hands moving because I'm pushing her this way and I'm pushing her that way because she's trying to jump into the shot, and it's like, no, no, you stay there. The funny one was your daughter was walking in. She just got takeout,
My
didn't know she
gosh.
was there. She had her Chipotle bag and is in coming
She
in
thought I was
rattling
on a
the bag.
regular Zoom call, and I'm not usually in the dining room when I record. I'm usually in my office, but it was super cold in there. And so I was in the dining room, and she comes in, slams the door shut. She puts her Chipotle bag down. She's wrinkle, 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 putting it down, goes in the kitchen, turns on the faucet. And I can't, we're on video, so I can't be like, shut up, stop it. So I'm just like looking at her, like, please read my mind and know that I'm recording. But thankfully, she went to another room. She pulled out the dining room chair. It squeaked across the floor. So I muted myself, but I was completely distracted and I I couldn't say anything because then I'd have to unmute myself. So yeah,
That was funny. But then, I mean, we always get guests coming on and say, "Don't mind me, my dog might bark," and we're like, "Oh my god, that's life.
fine. Yeah,
We don't care." But probably the most interesting recording we had was with Cindy from a
yeah,
hotel lobby.
yeah,
So she was joining us from a hotel lobby and we're like, okay, it's really loud. Like, can you get to a quieter place? And she's like going over and we're like, okay, we're just gonna do this. But so that's why we're saying about the recording doesn't always appear clean and crisp and everything. But once we put it through the AI audio and stuff like that, it just somehow works out. And you didn't know that Cindy was in a hotel
no,
lobby. Like you could not know at all. But yeah, it worked out
yeah,
quite well.
yep.
Um, and then I wanna just share my favorite, like, Susan's favorite episode was the birds. My favorite episode for, like, the bloopers, would have been when we did, the Donald Miller Story Brand episode. It was episode 35, and, it was so funny because we knew what we were talking about, but do you
You
think
just
that
read
we
the
could
book.
actually
Yeah.
get it out? And we're like, what's the man's name again? Like,
Yeah.
what
Who's
did he
the
say?
hero? Wait.
So needless to say, I had to do some fancy editing in that episode, but it all worked out in the end. It was kind of funny, but it all worked out. So that was good.
I think it depends on the time of day too. Like in the evening, my brain is just done. So I cannot, the word finding is gone. My thoughts organization is gone. So our evening ones are probably the funniest ones.
Yeah, and the lighting is so off. I was just saying I'm thankful
Yeah.
that it's during the day because I'm not like so dark and shaded, but oh, it's all good. Um
Yeah.
and then we just wanted to share like some of the highlights, the highlights of the episode. So episode 61, for those of you who don't know, is the very first episode that Susan officially became the co-host.
I had been
Um
on like three other episodes as a guest,
yeah.
and then episode 61 was the official co host, which is so exciting.
And then episode 75 was our first video podcast. So that was a big shift for us. Like Susan said, it's like we had to come sort of more polished than we were used to. You still see Lisa show up with her hair in a bun because that's just who I am. But we're just a little bit more mindful. I still can't get the eye thing. I don't know how people do it. They talk to the camera the whole time. I can't
Yeah.
do it. I'm always like fidgety because I'm looking at Susan right now on the
Right.
camera.
Right.
So my eyes are going to her, not the camera. So, or on my
Yeah.
screen, I should say. And then what we used to do is we used to go by a script. And
Yeah.
for those of you who don't know me, I am not a script person. I can't read from a script. I get fumbled and I mess things up and do all the things like that, right? So I would follow along, but I was always like sometimes I would jump into something and didn't let them finish because I was too worried about keeping on line with the script. So Susan said, "You know what? I think our best episodes are when we do like just back and forth conversation." And I'm like, "I think so too, Susan." So
Yeah. That
what
was
what
very
episode was it?
freeing.
Yeah.
That was episode 77.
Yeah.
And I think it was it Melina? I think it was
I think
Melina's.
Melina was our first unscripted. Yeah.
Yeah. So we used to, if you were with us earlier before episode 77, we would send you a list of like 10 questions based on the information that you gave us that we wanted to kind of address. And then Lisa and I would kind of take turns going through the questions. And then what we were finding, it was very constricting. And if someone wanted to go on a tangent, then we were like, oh, what question are we on? It would just not really flow with the conversation. So we're like, okay, let's try it. And Lisa knew Melina well enough to know that great conversationalist. She's going to keep the conversation going. She's not going to be, awkward and weird pauses. So we're like, okay, this is a really good one to practice on. So yes,
Melina
yes,
just said she's
perfect.
super good at going off on a tangent.
But it was great. But then my problem is a lot of times is I'll be sitting there recording, wanting to take notes on what I'm learning. And I just stop and be like, "Okay, this is not for you, Susan. Like, this is for you to record, and then you can take notes when you watch the replay." So I had to learn not to do that. But yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
Melina, for being our guinea pig for that.
And we haven't turned back. We
No,
basically we just know the topic and we go from there, and I think it suits both of our personalities so much better because we know this business. Like, we've both been in this business long enough. We know what we're talking about, and to just have a natural conversation with someone, I think that's our strong point. So I think it was probably the best move we made in the
yeah,
podcast. It just feels more natural flowing now for sure.
yeah, yep,
And then the last, well, not really the last thing, but the one thing that I did want to mention too, as the podcast has grown, to me, it's like strange to say that, but as it has grown, we've had to bring on some extra people. So back in September of 2024, I had my youngest son join me as the editor. So he edits all the podcast episodes and gets them ready and shares them to all the places. And then my oldest son, who is joining us today, he's joining us for producing. So you see him jumping into the chat every now and then and saying hi, and he's going to be letting you in and taking you off screen if you want to join us. So yeah, it's just a family thing. And I know Susan and I were even talking about, like, maybe we should do an episode with our spouses and have them join us and tell us why they how they feel with us doing stuff like this. And so stay tuned, that might be coming. I could just see my husband would be a very weird one on the screen, but you never know. We'll see how
the
it
husbands
goes.
are very supportive, and we both have very supportive families, which is amazing. And Lisa's son does a phenomenal job editing, because a lot of times when we end, I'm like, well, good luck with that one. I'm like, I don't know how you're gonna make that one work, but and they always sound amazing. So thankful for that talent.
Yeah. All right. A couple things that we wanted to share with you guys about the stats. So I was very surprised when I looked at this, and I'm excited too about the growth that we're seeing. We're getting new subscribers on all platforms weekly, which is great. Our goal for 2026 is to get more, of course, but some interesting stats from the audience. 71.4% of our listeners are between the ages of 45 and 59. So just in our age group, like, I
Yeah,
mean, it fits with us. So we attract like people, which is cool. 89% are female. Okay. We need more Canadians in there because 67% of listeners are from the US, 29% are from Canada. And this is kind of interesting. When I seen these stats, I'm like, oh my God, like, people are actually listening to us. We have listeners from the Ukraine, from Russia, South Africa, Colombia, Australia, Jamaica, Bangladesh, United Kingdom, India, Hungary, Brazil, Lithuania, Ghana, Belgium, and more. There were more that I didn't want to list. I'm like,
crazy.
oh my goodness, this is crazy. So, I mean, it pays to get your name out there and doing some great things. So it's kind of cool that way. Um, and then I went and I looked at our top 3 most listened to episodes. Now, this is Spotify stats. So YouTube stats might be a little different than Spotify or Apple Podcasts, but this is from Spotify. And episode 1, of course, is the most listened to. Episode 2 then was with Susan. It is the second most listened to, and episode 3 with Becky is the third most listened to. So that's kind of cool. Um, yeah. Oh, and then I was so excited when I seen this stat. On November the 21st alone, we had 100 downloads for that day. I'm
That's
like,
crazy.
I'm like,
Like
"Oh
last week
my
or
god,
2 weeks ago?
yes! Yes, the 21st November, we actually hit 100 downloads for that specific day, and they were
So which
all
episode
different
was that?
episodes. It was all
All
it was all
different.
different episodes, yeah, so we must have got a couple listeners who came on, like, because I think, during that week, we had between Spotify and, YouTube, we had, like, 10 new subscribers, like followers.
Okay.
So between them, they must have went in and binged a couple of episodes each. So
Okay.
that was exciting when I seen that. So it's
Wow.
like, yeah, kind of cool.
That's
Um,
cool.
and then on YouTube, 81% of our episodes are being consumed by new viewers. So these are
That's
people that are
amazing.
not subscribed to us, that don't know us and are just finding
And this
us
is
through.
some way we can tell this too, because we have some freebies on our websites that we link to. We link to our websites, and I've been getting a lot more people reaching out, people that I don't know. So they have to be finding me through the podcast, which is
Yeah,
so exciting.
yeah, that is kind of exciting. All right. Well, we're to the point where we're going to start asking people if you do want to jump on. I know that we might have some shy people in the audience today, but if you want to jump on, go ahead and find that button on the bottom of your screen. We're going to read through a couple questions because I know that there are a couple people who aren't with joining us today. So we'll actually get to their questions. And then we'll open it up. So if you want to join us on screen, request to join. I don't know exactly where the button is, but you should see it. And then we'll have to accept you. So don't worry, you're not going to go right on screen as soon as you do that. It will just tell us that you're waiting. Um, and I'm assuming that I'll see that, but maybe only my son will see that. So if he sees that, then he could just type it in the chat if I don't see it. All right. So I guess I know Helen's not joining us today, and Helen did send in a question. Did you want to read that question, Susan?
Sure. Helen says, what's the part of your business that you look forward to or get giddy about and can't keep your excitement contained? You want to answer that first and then I'll answer?
Yeah. So I sat there and I was thinking and I'm like, I think I found my true passion in training. I have a lot of information stuck in this head from the 20 years of this business, and I get excited when I see the smiles on people's faces when it finally clicks. What I'm sharing with them finally clicks. So that I think is what I get most excited about in my business overall. How about you?
Yeah. Yeah, I love the relationships. I've been with my current company for 11 years now. Been in direct sales for like 4 or 5 years before that. And I love, the people who have been with me since day 1 and kind of tracing them back. Like, whose party did I meet you at or what event did I meet you at? And I love too when my customers become friends with each other on social media. A lot of times it happens in Facebook in my private group, but we say this almost on every episode. Direct sales is all about relationships. And that is what gets me most excited. It's just those really lifelong friendships, those relationships that I've gained through direct sales.
Yeah. Now I know Shelly is here in the audience, but she can't join us. She says she's not in a place where she can join. So I'll read out her question. What has been your biggest hurdle in your business and how did you overcome it? Did you want to go first, Susan?
Sure, I have to find Shelly's. Is it the next? Okay, there it is.
Number 4, sorry.
Number 4. Okay. Oh, okay. So the biggest hurdle, I think, I have a very small team, and the people on my team are not business builders. They're discounters. But I have a need or a yearning to train and to teach. So I was, trying to pour into my team who didn't want to hear it. They weren't interested in building the business. So now being on the podcast and having my own YouTube channel, I feel like I'm able to, fulfill that desire that I have to be a trainer and a teacher in a way that's different than I was expecting. I can't pour into my team, but I can pour into a bunch of strangers and like minded entrepreneurs who want to hear more training. So, what about you, Lisa?
I think the biggest hurdle I had to overcome was my shyness. Like I was, and I still am an introvert. Like Susan and I were just joking. It's like, I told Susan, if I ever seen you in the grocery store, I would like probably look the other way and run because I just
Like,
don't like.
what the heck, Lisa? I would track you down. I would get my cart and go
And
track you down.
I honestly, I don't I feel uncomfortable in social situations, right? But I found my place. I found my place behind the screen. I could talk to thousands of people behind the screen. I don't have a problem as long as I'm sharing about what I'm passionate about. And yeah, it's so I think it's the shyness. And how did I overcome that? I really think it was just finding the way to work the business that worked for me and just consistently doing it. So I don't like to say it, but I'm thankful for the pivot we had to take when COVID happened because I don't think I would be where I am if that pivot didn't happen because it forced me to do things completely digitally. Where at the time, our companies were telling us, oh, the only way you could do this business is live in person, face to face. And I was like, oh, really? I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And I am so thankful for that pivot. So,
And that's a good point because Lisa and I both joined the Modern Direct Seller Academy in 2020, fall of 2020. So that's how we met. That was during the pandemic. If we hadn't, maybe that's one good thing that came out of COVID. I don't know. Meeting Lisa and, going from there, we kind of clicked right away and started doing different events together. And now here we are 5 years later. Oh,
and we have Melina.
Lena! Look at her. She's all sparkly.
Had to. I had to come with some sparkle. It's a festive occasion and it's December 1st, so it's perfectly acceptable to start like getting in Christmas mode now.
That's awesome.
Yes.
We're so excited for you to join us. You are so much appreciated. You are one of our top sponsors for this podcast too, so we really appreciate it. So we're going to share a little bit more about what you are gifting to one of our listeners later on in the podcast. But I know that you wanted to come on and share because you have something coming fun in your business too. So
Do I?
yeah, you do. You have a challenge, don't you?
Oh, yes. Well, so really first thing I wanted to say is I just wanted to say thank you both. Um, for everyone listening, like I did not know Lisa or Susan prior to really coming on the podcast. I think we were recorded in July. Honestly, I don't remember,
Mhm.
but I am episode 77 because I went and looked. And, I spent 21 years in direct sales, so, like, I'm with you there, like, what a journey, and then I decided to step out and just do something completely different, and, um, like, it was kind of a pinch me moment that, like, 3 days into my business, I'm being asked to be on a podcast, and, so that was really, really cool, but really, like, it's just so nice to collaborate with people who have such a huge passion for this industry because that's not necessarily like the direction a lot of people are headed right now. And so I'm super grateful for you both taking all the knowledge that you've learned and continue to learn and pouring into the direct sales community because I feel like it's direct sales is just such a special place. Like I grew up in that industry. Like I know I'm young and cute, but like I used to be younger and cuter. And so
We all did.
and so, I just have such a a special place in my heart just for all the many, many things that came my way, not even necessarily like the monetary things. Um, but it's just such a great place, and so I appreciate what you're doing. I am an avid listener. I might have been some of those downloads, I don't know, but, I continue like, it keeps me excited in the work that I'm doing, the support that I'm trying to give direct sellers just by, like, staying plugged into what y'all are doing with the podcast, so I really just wanted to thank you.
Oh, well, we
Oh,
appreciate that,
thank
and
you so much.
because of like listeners like you, I mean, it gives us the excitement and the energy to continue because I know that there's been some times when I'm like, okay, I want to do this, but do I really want to record another episode? Like, you know what I mean? And then it's like I message Susan, okay, we need to get this episode done just to get it done. So, I mean, I know that if we didn't record, we would have a lot of disappointed people. So you guys keep us consistent. You keep us on track, and we appreciate you guys more than you know it. So
Absolutely. Thank you,
Yeah, yeah,
Melina.
and you wanted me to do some self-promotion?
yes, I want you to
Go
promote
for it.
about your upcoming
Yeah,
challenge.
so, exciting, exciting. January, I'll be doing a posting challenge. It's actually all about warming up your social spaces, specifically, your
And
Facebook
tell the
group.
listeners who might
Yeah,
not know you who you are.
right.
Yeah.
Hello. Hey, I know who I am, but
It's Melina.
I forget. Yeah, I'm Melina. I don't even need a last name. No, so I'm my name's Melina Dixon, and I have my own brand, Melina Dixon Heart and Hustle. And I'm here to um, share tips, tools, resources for my direct and social selling friends. And like the big headline news of what I offer is a graphic subscription called the Kick It Club. And that helps people have awesome conversations in their customer groups or on their business page. And it helps open the door to sell more because I wholeheartedly believe that selling is fun and working a business like this should feel good. And so my little corner of the internet is all about just helping you be able to show up and do that. And so if you're like, wow, that all sounds cool, but I don't know, like, I don't know this girl, I don't know what kind of graphics she's got. I have a posting challenge happening the end of January. And actually, I do have another cool thing, and I can share the link with Lisa and Susan, but you can snag 10 of my graphics and captions right now, like right this minute. And you can start posting those to help warm up your Facebook space a little bit because it's what
Awesome.
the most wonderful time of the year. And conversations equal cha-ching.
And we all want that cha-ching, especially this
That's
time of
right.
year, right?
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh,
I love it. Well, thank you so much for
Yeah, thank
joining
you.
us, Melina.
Thank you, thank you.
thanks, Melina.
I know that Cindy said she might want to try to come on, and I
Yeah.
I know
And
that
Diana.
Diana and Dawn is in the audience if you want to come on. If not, Dawn, just let us know in the chat and we'll just read out your question. All right, we have Cindy. Hello, Cindy.
Hi. I just for your reference, I am at home. I'm not in a hotel
Are you
lobby.
the coach today?
I am well, that's something new, but but yes, I am at home. Um, and I was trying to think back. I can envision the hotel, but I have no idea where I was.
I don't know where you were.
Uh,
No,
I know it
it
was
was
a
just a
football.
loud hotel lobby.
It was, but I can vividly see it because it was so crazy from me trying to find a place because there were other people in the lobby working and all that. So
Well, it was funny because you thought you could get into your room early. So you're like, this is going to work out perfectly.
yes,
My husband's
Yeah.
not there. I get
correct,
the room. And then you get there and they're like, sorry, no.
correct.
Yeah.
Yes, and they thought they had held a place for me, and it wasn't. And then, it was pretty crazy. But like I put in the comments, I wasn't gonna give up because I think I had tried to do this before, like before
Mm-hmm.
that, and I had
Yeah.
to cancel. And so I was like, nope, I'm
Yeah.
gonna do
Yes.
this. And I can definitely tell between because I was one of the scripted ones. I got the
Yeah.
questions and all that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and which for me was probably good. It's
Probably better for the guest.
Yeah,
Yes.
but I can definitely see how you guys have evolved and this like you just mesh so well. And I'm just so happy and excited for you. So I really just wanted to get on and tell you that. Like I'm so proud of you both. I have said this for years, and Susan knows this because we met through Lemongrass Spa through direct sales. We were always on track, and then I've gone off and done something else. But um I've always wanted to be like Susan. Like she just inspires me. And Lisa, you have a whole other set of great things that you do that also inspire me. And I just want to be like both of you. And I
Oh.
mean, from all the things we've learned with through, Becky, which is how I met you, Lisa. And
Mhm.
so through all the things we've learned, it's just become this like I want to do all those things. And because of my life, I am at a much slower pace. I'll just put it that
Mhm.
way, and it's also inspiring. Can I just say that the reason I have this on is because I have signed up to be a coach and
Oh.
a life coach.
Nice.
So um again, someone I that spoke at one of Becky's, I don't know, monthly things a long, long time
Mhm.
ago.
Mhm.
Anyway, it's life has evolved, and I'm still doing my direct sales business, but I'm just adding something else, and it's a calling. I believe that.
I think that's a really good fit for you. I
Mhm.
Oh,
mean, I've known you
see.
for a long time, and I think that is a gift that has been waiting to be unwrapped. So,
I thank you.
congratulations to
Thank you
you.
very much for saying that because I haven't told a lot of people. So I know when it comes out on this podcast,
It's
I'm like,
live
what did I
now.
just do? But I happened to have the shirt on and didn't really think that I would be on camera. So again, this is the way it was supposed to happen. So to hear you say
Oh,
that, Susan, just means a lot. And I really do
absolutely.
appreciate it.
And this is what I'm talking about relationships too. My favorite part about this business is the relationship. Cindy has been to my house in Ohio.
So,
We have been very good friends for a number of years now. And now, Lisa and I were friends. So when my worlds collide,
yeah,
now we're all friends and we
Mhm.
live in Texas and New Jersey and Canada, but we all consider ourselves friends. And
absolutely.
I love that.
Yeah, I love
Love
it.
that.
I that is definitely relationships are definitely the community is just a big part of why it's why I stick around with Modern Drug Seller. It's why, you know, all of
Yep.
it. So,
Yep.
yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
I still giggle at that
Oh.
though, guys. I have to be honest. It's like New Jersey, Texas, and Canada. Do you guys know how big Canada is?
We're like, no, it's just another state. I have no idea. It's okay. Lisa doesn't know where Texas and New Jersey are. She's like, they're somewhere down there.
Texas is like shaped like a gun or something like that, isn't it?
I've not heard that before, but okay, I can see that a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea where Lisa is though in Canada. Like, I don't know. Like,
I'm like so like New Yorkish up
Mhm.
like right there.
Mhm. Okay, so then
Yeah.
you could make your way down to Susan's, and I can come over to Susan's, and
You
Yeah,
could
we can all
meet
just
I'm
at my house.
yeah,
I think Hillary is in a part of New York, and I
Yeah.
think she said that what we're like maybe 2 hours from each other. So it's
That's
not that.
it?
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
My
I'm only
gosh.
about an hour and a maybe an hour and a half from Niagara Falls, which you guys know. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright,
yeah.
well, see, there you go. We can make it work somehow.
Party
A
at
lot
the
of lot of
Larimers.
planning. I mean, I'm on the East Coast a lot. I just haven't been able to, make that trip up there to
I
see you,
know.
but it's on
Yeah.
my list. If I get up that way,
I'm
I'm
here.
definitely calling. So, anyway,
Yeah.
I wanted to say you both inspire me, and I'm really just so proud of you. I love this. This has been really fun and great, and, uh, congratulations on 100.
And we have
Oh,
people in the
thank
chat
you.
saying I'm coming for the road trip and don't forget me. Those are
Okay.
my
All right.
Ontario people. So Diana and
Okay.
Shelly, they live they probably live further from me than you guys even
Mhm.
because they're east and
Oh,
west, right? Yeah, the other
the other
99%
99%
retreat.
retreat.
We'll have to have it on the Canadian side, guys, because your money goes a lot further than ours. So
Okay.
Yeah, but I
that's
live near the beach, so I don't know.
we have some nice beaches here.
Do you?
Well, when it's not snowing, yeah.
No.
So you have to come in the
Oh my
summer.
gosh. Oh, Bethany's coming. Everyone's coming.
This
That's
is
so fun.
cool. All right. And I don't know if Cindy remembers this, but you had put a question in your form. So we're
No,
going to
I
go ahead
didn't.
and ask that question
Yeah.
and answer it. So your question was looking back at these 100 episodes, what's one surprising lesson or unexpected highlight that really stands out for both of you? So, Susan, did you want to go?
Yeah, I said learning not only business tips, but life tips. I feel like every episode I learn so much, not necessarily about business, a lot of times about business, new systems and tools, but I feel like I am a better person after each episode. We just absolutely love our guests and getting to know them and learning from them. So it's a really good
Yeah,
Cool.
question. What about you,
yeah.
Lisa?
I mean, I have to say that it is the main reason why I did the other 99%. And it was because reaching out to those people who I think need to shine and asking them to be guests and seeing their face light up like, "Really? You want me? Me on your episode? Like, really?" And I really think it's so important to give people the credit that they deserve. And yeah, Shelly was saying she is one of the people that I thought about when I answered this question. It's like she was so, "Really, Lisa, you want me?" And just made me feel so proud to be able to give them a space for where they could share their story and be that voice, like, because they have a lot to share. Everybody who joins us has a lot
Yeah,
to share.
yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
It's true. I know. I mean, I did. The more when I started to answer the questions and stuff, things would come up, and again, back to the coaching thing, like I had no idea I had that much to say, and so yeah, I love that. I love both of those answers. Thank you.
Awesome.
Oh,
Thanks, Cindy.
You're welcome. Thank you.
thanks, Cindy.
All
Oh,
right.
everyone else was like, "You asked me?" We
Yeah,
see Dawn
yeah.
and Vicky and Bethany. Oh my gosh. Of course we did.
Dawn is in the audience, but she said that her dogs are running rampant in the background. So we'll just read her question. Um, question: how do you keep up with everything and not lose your mind or shut down from overwhelm?
She said this is more for Lisa. She's so busy, but for me personally, checklists, a calendar, and for the podcast specifically, I actually got a monthly calendar that sits on my desk of nice like 12 by 8 calendar because I need to write, who our guest is, how when to share the guest link, who I'm sharing it to, where when to share on social platforms. So I had to visually map out per month in order to keep up with everything. Plus we use a system called ClickUp that maps out each person's task. But definitely checklist, paper calendar is how I do mine. But Lisa has, as you all know, she has a whole lot more going on than me. So how do you keep up with everything?
I mean, well, you've seen my Google Calendar, Susan. She absolutely hates that I color block everything. She changes my nice bright yellow to a white. Anyway, so I need I
Oh, you can see
no,
that.
I can't see it.
Oh my gosh.
I just know you do it. So I have my calendar. I use Google Calendar and I color block everything. So when I don't technically have an appointment, but during that time in my calendar, this is where I have dedicated time to work on my podcast or to work with Becky Launder or to work with the people who are taking my course and each block is separated by color. And so looking at my calendar, even if I don't have anything planned, my calendar looks chaotic, but it keeps me in line. ClickUp, I have a love-hate relationship with it. I love that it keeps it super organized. I hate that it's another place where I have to go to check. So, but it keeps everything nice and neat for me. And then honestly, the good old-fashioned notes on my phone. If there's something that I really need to remember, I go to my notes app. And then Susan. I mean, if I didn't have Susan, the podcast would be a little bit more stressful, but we work well together on screen and off screen because she does probably 90% of the reach outs. Like, do you want to be a guest? Okay, here I'm prepping the guests for everything, where I do like a lot of the behind the scenes, the tech side, the setting up, ClickUp, and then my son does the editing. So it's like we all work together and it works out quite well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
All right.
yeah. So Evelyn Abernathy, we love Evelyn. She said, "Thank you, Lisa and Susan, for providing a platform for small business owners to learn and build with confidence. I never miss an episode of you amazing ladies." That
Yeah,
makes
we
us feel
we get
so good. Thank you
quite a
so
few
much,
of you in
Evelyn.
our inboxes, or even leaving comments on the show, on the episodes, which we really appreciate, because that helps us. That helps us get seen. The more you comment, the more you like, the more stars you give us, and all that stuff. It helps us, our reach, go out further. So we really appreciate you guys for that. So.
Yeah, thank
All
you.
right. And then I think we'll close off before we talk about our celebration prizes for this 100th episode. Let's finish off with a look ahead at what we are doing in 2026, or what you can expect. Something exciting is we are going to be looking to add a sponsorship to the podcast. We're still undecided whether we're going to offer it to one specific company, or if we're going to allow people to do weekly purchases of sponsorships, but we're working that out. So stay tuned on that. Most of you might know, I don't know if everybody knows, but Susan and I are also working on creating paid offers. So Susan has a couple toolkits available. She had her Black Friday toolkit, and she currently has her customer service toolkit available for purchase on susanlarimer.com. And I am so excited that I just launched my first full-blown email course, and it is live on lisaduck.com, and it's available for purchase, and I have multiple levels depending on where your learning style is. So I'd love for you guys to take a look at that if you haven't looked at it already, but it's there. And yeah, Bethany's like, I can't wait to dig in. Bethany, I think, was my very first purchase, so I appreciate you very much, Bethany. Thank you so much. What else do we have, Susan?
We're gonna be our social sharing plans, how we get our message out to the audience. So right now we do have the short clips, but we're gonna be more intentional in sharing them on all platforms because we want to reach as many people as possible. So right now we're just, sharing on our personal and things like that, but we want a broader reach. And we would love for you all, if you have an episode that really resonated with you, or if you have a teammate who needs to hear a specific episode, we would love for you to share that episode and say, hey, just take a listen. These are my friends. I know them personally. Maybe hear what they have to say. So with you sharing and with us sharing, we just hope to reach more countries around the world.
So exciting. And then I just wanted to say, so we are on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube, like I mentioned before. But if you typically listen to podcasts on a different channel or a different platform and you don't see us, let me know, and we'll look into adding our podcast on that platform as well. So I mean, the only ones I could think of is Amazon Music and a couple others. But if there's other ones that you could think of, let us know. We are definitely looking at expanding in 2026 for sure.
What was episode 95, Vicky?
Customer
Oh,
appreciation.
customer appreciation. Yes. See, I
Yeah.
need to re-listen to that one because there were some things that I'm like, "Ooh, I wanna make sure I do that," and then I forgot.
And tomorrow, just a sneak peek for those of you who are actually on. So this is being aired, or this is being recorded December 1st. So December 2nd's episode is all about leads and what to do with
Mm.
the leads and all that stuff. So that's going to be a good one for you guys too. But yeah, so now it's time to basically wrap up, and I want to thank our top sponsors, who are Melina Dixon, Diana Windsor, Cindy Ortiz, Evelyn Abernathy, and of course Susan and I, who have donated prizes to give away. We also have a couple other prize donations by Bethany Berry and Shelly Rand. So we appreciate you guys so much for that too. Um, so how this works. So we're going to give away one prize today for someone in our audience. So Susan's going to take the list of names of who were here, put it into a wheel of names, and somebody is going to walk away with access to my email marketing made simple course. Now, Bethany, don't worry. If your name gets picked, we have a plan for you. So you're still eligible for this prize because I know that you have already purchased it. So if your name, just stay tuned. And then I just want to tell the listeners how you actually get entered in to win a prize once this episode airs on December 16th. So to qualify, you need to either follow us or be subscribed to us on either YouTube or Spotify or Apple podcasts. So you need to like us basically on one of those platforms. Okay. And then you need to share the 100th episode on your story or on a post on social. And then you're going to snap a picture of that and you're going to upload that picture into a form. The form is going to be linked in the show notes of this episode. And then you will get an entry in to win one of the prizes that our lovely listeners have donated. And I just want to say, like, Melina has donated something of over $200 value. Diana's is $170. Cindy's is $100. I mean, there's some big prizes in here. So there's lots to be won, and I'm excited about that. So all the details will be in the show notes. So if you didn't quite catch what I was saying, we'll make sure that everything is listed there. And then on the deadline for the entries is going to be January the 23rd, 2026. Okay, so you have a little bit of time to listen and share because we know not everybody is listening in real time. So we want to give the listeners time to catch up and get entries. And then we are going to have your prizes sent out. The winners will be announced probably on, we'll try to make it on the episode, because it's going to be hard. We'll announce the winners, whether it's on the website or on a podcast, or even update the show notes, something like that. But we'll announce the winners, and the winners will get their prizes delivered directly from the person who's donating the prizes. So be on the lookout for something. It might not be from us. It might be one from one of the other lovely ladies who I have shouted out here. So Susan, do you have the names ready?
I do. I just want to make sure I got them all. So I have Shelly,
Mm-hmm.
Diana,
Yeah.
Cindy,
Yeah.
Vicky,
Yeah.
Dawn, Bethany, and Melina.
Yep, I think that's all.
Am I missing anyone?
Is there
I see
anyone?
Jace's name. Does he want to be entered?
Jace could get access into my course at any time. All right. So I think we have everyone.
Can I spin this around?
No, it goes dark.
That's not going to work. Never mind.
We'll
You'll have to trust me.
We'll trust you,
All right.
Susan.
All right, here we go. Let's spin. And our winner is...
Who's going to be the winner?
Melina!
Melina
is our winner!
Awesome.
Congratulations, Melina.
So, Melina, I will give you access to the course, and you get to jump in and see what I'm teaching about. But the course is about basically building your list. So that's kind of cool, and I think something that every business owner needs, especially going into 2026. So. All right, Susan, do you have any final words? I feel like I've been talking a lot in this podcast, but
oh, I love it. I love it. I can't believe I'm looking at the time. It's been an hour. This
I know.
Flew by. This was so much fun. I love the emojis. I love having a live audience. We might have to do this more often. So much fun. But we just want to say thank you. I mean, we've said it before, but just having you be as excited about this podcast as we are just fills us up and keeps us going. And we just absolutely love what we do and love that you love it too. So thank you so much.
All right, everyone. Well, I'm going to do our typical close because I just want to thank you so much for joining us on this week's episode of The Other 99%. And we know that you're probably going to giggle with us, and you're going to share on some of those moments that we reminisced on. But we thank you so much for being part of our community, and we look forward to seeing you again next week on another episode. We'll talk to you soon, everyone. Bye.
That's a wrap for today's episode of The Other 99%. We just want to say thank you. It truly means the world to us that you're here Lisa and I absolutely love creating these episodes for you, and we're so grateful to have you in our community. If you enjoyed today's conversation, be sure to like, share with a friend, leave a review, and subscribe so you never miss a new episode. We drop fresh content every Tuesday. Got thoughts, questions, or ideas? Leave us a comment. Want to be a guest on the show? We would love to chat with you. Apply by clicking the link in the show notes. Thanks again for spending time with us today, and we'll catch you on the next episode of The Other 99%.